Hello everyone and welcome. So I thought that I would do a sort of look back on my blog journey. But I can't do the vlog journey because I know I've seen other people do it, watching my first video, that kind of thing. So I only started doing the vlogs in August last year, so obviously watching my first video thing is for a later date, but I wanted to do reading my first blog post, so in sort of I don't know how this is going to work out because I was like, I haven't read some of this stuff for a couple of years. I know I updated it once and put a few posts together because I'd made like really tiny ones, you know, like they were just a paragraph long, so I kind of put a couple of them together. I think it was the very early ones, but obviously I haven't read it for about 2 years, I think. Yeah, so I think I wrote my first blog was just before my 42nd birthday, somewhere around actually it'll tell us on the post, won't it? Yeah, the 14th, yeah, the 14th of June, I think. Anyway, so this is called Blog Virgin and Cervical Scrape. These were two separate posts, definitely. Just the title alone is now making me think, why did you decide to do this? What on earth are you thinking? So yeah, I started this in 2017 whilst I was still in hospital, and yeah, anyway, here goes. So, well, here I am, losing my blog virginity. I've always loved to write. My grammar is by far not the best. Neither is my words, are they? But hopefully you'll understand me. Well done if you do, because I don't often understand myself. Ha. Anyway, I'm Lainey, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm hoping to write about my journey. And then I put ha again. I can't put that, it's too new age or whatever. Let me think. What about this is my story, or it's my life? And then I put, oh god, I think it's just getting worse, as I now have Dr. Alban singing in my head. If you're below a certain age, then Google it. It's a great tune. Anyway, I'll start by telling you about today, and we can go on from there. I intend to be very honest and in this, otherwise what is the point? Also, I can be crude or graphic, but only in jest and nothing more. But I will pre-warn on those occasions, in case you want to skip a bit. So here goes. Today, the 14th of the 6th, 17. So I kind of wrote it like I don't know if that's going to focus. Yeah, kind of wrote it like the date, as if I was writing in a diary or something. I don't know. Well, today I woke at 8:30 AM to the words, "Lainey, do you want any breakfast?" And I'm thinking, do fat girls like cake? Yes, we bloody do. By the way, I answer my own self. In fact, I often do, as I tend to agree with myself a lot, which is a good thing. Well, I think it is, obviously. Anyway, after breakfast, I'll get washed and changed and then do my physio. And before you know it, it's dinner time, or lunchtime, to those posher than me. In case you're wondering, I'm not in a hotel or anything. I'm in hospital, and have been for 5 months. But I'll explain that bit later. Right, back to today. Oh, I have a habit of waffling, but I guess you know that by now, ha. Anyway, I also have a habit of writing anyway. I mean, how many times have I said anyway? It's probably like when I first started doing these, I think I said like 500 times. But so after dinner was visiting, which is lovely as it breaks up the day. My daughter came to see me and she brought my post. In amongst my post, I got a letter to have a cervical swinger done, as I had not been able to have one for quite a few years. I'd not wanted to have one. I mean, there's nobody wants to have them, but they are something that we should all do and all have. And although that I went for 7 years without having one done through my own fear and feeling uncomfortable and whatever it was, I think it's just my own, like, because I'd stopped going outside, so I wasn't going to go and to an appointment that I should really have. Anyway, I mentioned it to the nurse on the ward, if it was possible to get it done in the hospital, because obviously I was already there. She made a phone call and 20 minutes later they were here. Quick service or what? I mean, it was like, I literally couldn't believe it. She literally phoned them up and the next thing they were like, there was 2 nurses or whoever they were there. Now I've wrote crude alert. I promised I would warn you. So if you've never had one, if you've never had a smear test, you basically pull your knees up and put your heels together like your Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, basically. You then turn your feet out and relax your knees. Yeah, relax. I did use that word. However, for me, it was more of a case of open your legs as wide as you can and then have 2 nurses bend them up and push them up for you. Or, just in case you didn't know, you need to remove your knickers. Like, you know, beforehand. Though I don't, as I go commando. Not by choice, but because knickers get stuck in the lymph. I can't do this. I mean, I'm gonna put this, like, seriously? Having said that, right, this is out there in the public. It is, obviously. But I think my blog's had something like 15,000 views. This is a bit more, because I suppose because I'm reading it, it's kind of like, oh my god, I wrote that. And I was making light of it, kind of thing. Obviously it is really important to have a smear test done, and I was trying to make light of it and sort of make it a point that me, as big as I was, and I could have it done, despite the fact that I needed extra help with these 2 nurses who had to help, and I still got it done. So don't put it off, you know what I mean? That was kind of my aim. And also it was the truth, and this was a blog post about what was happening, and I wanted to start this because obviously I'd changed the way I felt and I wanted other people to feel differently, but I still, and even reading this compared to now, I've changed 100 times over again. But yeah, so where was I? So I said, oh, just in case you didn't know, you need to remove your knickers beforehand. Though I don't, as I go commando, not by choice, but because knickers get stuck in my lymphedema creases and I end up pissing myself and them, so commando it is for now. Yeah, lymphedema is it's where, I should explain this, but I've got lymphedema and lipedema, and basically lipedema is where the body deposits the fat in the wrong place, so it goes in the skin layers rather than in the under layers that it's meant to. It causes inflammation and issues. I should probably do a post on this properly. Lymphedema is when the lymphatic system is damaged and your body doesn't get rid of fluid as it should, so then you get a build up in areas which become sort of like hardened lumps, or just swollen lumps kind of thing, and then you know, it tends to affect the legs the most. Can also affect the arms and other places, but it tends to be the lower limbs that have the worst, or are the worst affected. Anyway, did I really need to explain all that? I don't know, but there you go. So, right, back to the smear test. It's strange that they call it a smear, because it's more of a scrape really. So with my legs akimbo, they bring out a light pink speculum, which in the brief seconds that I saw it, I could have sworn it was sparkly. I'm sure it wasn't sparkly, but I remember thinking for like just a bit, it was probably just a light in the room for like the brief second. And obviously I remember the old ones, which were these silver, like stainless steel, freezing cold metal speculums, and they're just, yeah, in comparison these are amazing, do you know what I mean? But yeah, and then I thought, which of course is just what every vagina needs. My god, this was my first post. Well, technically it would have been my second one, because I did join the first bit together with this, although I think I'm sure it was on the same day. Yeah, I'm sure it was, but in case if you're wondering what a speculum is, it's the instrument they insert into the vagina to open it up so they can see the cervix, and then remove cells using a small brush type thing, which is about the size of an eyebrow brush. It only takes about 30 seconds. It's not painful, just a little uncomfortable, but well worth getting it done. If I can get it done, anyone can. So if you're reading this and you are due one, then make sure you book an appointment. Anyway, it was all over quickly, and due to my size, they tried their best and hopefully it worked. I will let you know how it goes, but as I have said before, if you're over 25 and haven't had one or are due one, get it sorted. You don't have to go to your GP. You can go to a family planning clinic or a similar place. And yeah, so that was it. I mean, it was a bit it was a bit like, oh, I wrote all of that. But yeah, and there's part of his thinking, don't post this, Lenny, this is ridiculous, what are you on about? But it's what I wrote, and it is essentially what my first blog post was. Why did I choose that day to start a blog? I think I kind of wrote the first bit like before I went to sleep, like the night before, and then I wrote the rest on, you know, to start it off that first day. Obviously I wasn't aware I was going to have a smear test, and I did. I'm actually due another one now, because obviously this was, oh no I'm not, it's June, so I'm due, because it's every 3 years, so I'm due one in June. Yeah, so I'm due one this year though. But you know, if you and like I said, I hadn't had mine for 7 years, and you know, I was lucky it came back as normal, you know what I mean? But imagine had it not, and I had not had it done, it's for that little bit of discomfort. And like I said, explaining how, you know, extreme, like I needed people to help hold my legs up, you know, and if I can do that, then people can, you know, other people can get it, I'm sure. So yeah, that was my first one. Anyway, I've already talked for like 14 minutes, and I'm not planning on editing this, so it is what it is. And I was going to do a few more, but I think it's already long enough. And I think if people are interested in, I mean, obviously you can go and read it. My blog post is still viewable. I haven't written it for a while. I think I did a few weeks ago, just to sort of say that I was concentrating more on YouTube, and I'd sort of lost my spark for writing the blogs. now that I do this, I guess. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, let me know what you think, let me know if you're female, you know, just to let me know if you've had yours done, you know what I mean, or just, you don't have to let me know that, I don't know why I just said it. Just ignore that bit. But if you haven't, then do definitely get it done. I think what I meant was, let me know if you'd like to hear more about my blog, about me reading it, because it's a bit weird, but I would definitely do more, I think, if anyone's interested. And yeah, thank you very much again, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.